I was privileged and humbled last year to be honored with the conference dedication. Tonight it is my pleasure to present this year's honoree. This year's honoree celebrates a lifetime of accomplishment when it comes to all things stuttering. I could never do justice to his entire life and career in the time that we have tonight, but I'll try to highlight some of the story as much as I can. There was much to this individual's life before we pick his story up, in his childhood, in his early adolescence, and in his teen years. But we picked the trail up of our honoree in or around 1946, 1947, when he was a student. He sought treatment for his stuttering at Stanford University in Palo Alto, California. It was evident to those who knew him, including his lifelong friend and NSA icon Mel Hoffman, that he had a special desire to not only help himself, but to reach out and help others. Mel credits his good friend with encouraging him to take a leave of absence from his job and spend 9 months in Kalamazoo, Michigan, taking therapy from none other than the icon Charles Van Riper himself. With his bachelor's degree in hand, he went to work in the public schools in and around San Jose, California. His desire to reach those outside of a school setting led him in the 1960s or so to start one of the first local support groups in the country for people who stutter. Of course, this was long before the creation of the NSP, which later became the NSA. He didn't stop there, however. He eventually left California and enrolled at the University of Denver, where he would earn his doctorate and then travel across the country to serve as a faculty member in the Department of Communication Disorders at the University of New Hampshire. He's authored many articles, given innumerable presentations and seminars all over the world. And did I mention that he speaks 3 languages fluently? Well, he stutters, but anyway. And in addition to that, he penned an autobiography entitled A Stutterer's Story, which I've just read for the second time and enjoyed thoroughly. It's available through the Stuttering Foundation of America. You should get it and read it. It's a fascinating read about a fascinating gentleman. Any of you who have attended a few conferences certainly recognize him and have more than likely had a conversation with him. In fact, I think that's what I love most about this fellow, is that I see him oftentimes sitting in the lounges, sitting in the hallways, sitting in the bar occasionally, but always talking to somebody different. Just amazing to me. In fact, he's been around the NSA for a while, and he was in the inaugural group of the original inductees to the NSA Hall of Fame. At an age when most of his peers might want to relax and slow down, he has continued to be active and productive in the stuttering community throughout the world. He continues to share his energies and his experiences all over, and he continues to attend local meetings of his NSA chapter right here in Tampa. Those of us who stutter, our families, and the professional community are much better off, and we are truly indebted to all the work that he has done. And tonight, the best way I think we can thank him is to dedicate the 2012 conference here in Tampa to him. It is with that I introduce to you the National Stuttering Association's honoree and dedicate this conference to Dr. Fred Murray.
Well, I don't know what to say here except to say that I'm very happy to be able to share with you and to look back upon many of the meetings. I think I've been to about 24 of them or so. I'm not exactly sure, but I want to say that it is possible to modify this. Even somebody who is very severe, who is in the struggle, having maximum feelings of horror and anxiety, that you can take this thing and change it. And I look back when it was so hard to say my own name, and I would struggle through Fred Murray, having very severe moments of this, and somehow I found that I could change the form. And looking back, I believe that I had this from Dr. Van Riper, who said, "You have had the therapy that is hoped to prevent this all the way along." And now as I look back, I think that it was that possibility of that I was allowed to stutter some and then to work on modifying it. So I am very happy to be able to be here and to share with you at age 86 now. And I find that I can still say my name. I have a slight stutter on it even yet because it's Fred Murray. I call it a brushing because I had to work at that very, very hard to reduce the contortions and so forth. And I found that it was possible to substitute reactions, and I began to work toward more normalcy in saying it. And so I want to say that we don't have to look for the final answer, but that we are able to modify this and to get sufficiently fluent in life. And I think that is something that is very worthwhile. I'm very happy for this, and thank you so much. Thank you.